Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4 of Junk Journal July and I've got some offcuts here, and the subject today is tickets and tags, or tags and tickets. Yeah, I've got some ends of paper that I've cut into some tags, and now I'm trimming the corners just to make some tickets. So immediately you see that shape, you think of a ticket. I think you do anyway. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to do tags with sort of flips and flaps on it, with the tickets. So here are the two tags which I intend to put back to back, and here are the tickets, and I think I've got one too many, but I'll do them all and then pick which ones I want to use. So yeah, there's 5 of those. So just making sure all the corners are trimmed in a reasonable manner, and then we'll get started. So just laying them out because I'm going to use some distress sprays in just a moment. In a minute I'll pick the ones I want and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I've got 3 sprays, distress oxide sprays here that I'm going to use, and just wetting spraying some water on the cards first, on both sides of them, and then they might lay down a little bit easier. So this first one is iced spruce, and as I say, it's an oxide spray. So we'll start off with that one, give it a good shake, and just give it a splurge here and there. Spray it with a bit of water, and that activates the oxide. Not too much on some of them, so just adding a bit here and there. Okay, so now I've got brushed corduroy. I dried a bit of that off as well before I put the brushed corduroy on, but you didn't really want to sit through the dryer. So same process, spray a bit of water, and then I'll dry it off again. I've added some peacock feathers and some Uncharted Mariner in the meantime, and I'm just going to dry that off as well. Okay, so now I'm going to get some water, just spray it into my hand because I want some big splodges of it, and just let it trickle through your fingers really, and then give it a flick, because I want to blot some of the ink off of the cards there. Just giving that a gentle squeeze to get a few more splotches on there. Get a dry towel and just blot that water off. As you can see, it's lifting some of the oxides and it leaves those lovely patches. And sorry, I hit the camera there. Just blot that off until it's how I want it. Okay, so these are dried off again now, and we'll look to put them all together. Right, I'm going to stick these back to back, just using my EVA glue, which once again, I seem to be using an awful lot of it lately. I'm going to take that off because it's annoying me. Okay, yeah, well, once again my little bottle is nearly empty, so I'll have to refill that again. So just making sure I've got glue all around the edges before I stick that together. I don't want flappy edges. When I did cut these, I cut them together as one, so they should fit quite nicely together, although I don't seem to have gotten quite where I need to. I think they're very slightly damp still, so the paper's absorbing the glue a bit too much, so it's taken a little bit longer to stick. Okay, there we go. And I've left the middle open there as a pocket. Now then, going to ink the edges, just getting my stamp, my inker rather, and the which is dry. Get the right stamp pad, and that's walnut stain, which is my distress ink of choice when it comes to inking. I find Vintage Photo a little bit on the yellowy side. Okay, so let's done that. Let's do the other side. I'm quite happy with the way the Distress Oxides have come out on there. So there we are, there's the pocket. Now, what I'm going to do is stick these back to back in the same manner and make little pockets out of them and ink them. So I'll, they're still a bit damp around the edges, so I'm going to do that and then come back. Okay, so I've done that and I've fixed them onto the tag with some little levers. So they're back to back, same as the tag was, and made into little pockets and fixed with levers. So now I'm going to decide what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I've got my one of my folders out with all my ephemera in it. So I'm just going to have a quick look through and pick out a few bits that I might decide to use from here. These are some tags from Witchcraft Do You Do, and I might attach one to the top. One or two nice labels here that I could use. Just checking what I've got. Okay, that'll do from that page. I'm going to take out a little bag of small labels that I've made, and some of these tickets which will go in the pockets and save me making any more. I'm afraid my ephemera folder is not very tidy. I think this is the one I dropped, and everything pretty much slid out, so they just got pushed back as best I can. Some butterflies, I think. Just pick some that'll tie in nicely. And I've got some bigger, slightly heavier ones here. That one's nice. And I think that will probably do. I'll have to have a session tidying up this lot at some stage. Right, I've just got a couple of little bags of labels, handmade labels, and gone in my box here because I've got some snippets, or clusters, should I say. One or two other bits and pieces. I don't think I need any more tags, although I might put one in the pocket afterwards. I'll have a look and see what I've got. That's a little tag book of vellum botanicals there. I might use some of those on the tickets. Okay, I think that's enough there now. Let's have a look. There's hundreds of these in here, and I don't think I've used any of them yet, so might be a good opportunity. And I was just sort of having a look at seeing what those clusters look like. Pop some tickets in the pockets. That I think I might attach there, but I'll decide that later. And what else? Right, let's have a look through here. Oh, we'll take the front one out. That's the easiest. So I'm just going to trim the corners on this because it just looks a bit, just deciding which one to use. It just looks a bit unloved somehow. So it's been cut out at random. So this is just a little corner punch, and I can't remember who makes it. I think it's Craftalia. It's got a selection of different corners on it, including the ticket one that is quite handy. So just inking that up. Okay, well, rather than go through this painfully bit by bit, I will, I'm going to speed it up a bit and add some music to it.